Thank you. Okay, welcome to all of you on this beautiful day. It's raining in Mumbai and a pleasant weather. I hope it's pleasant for all of you over there. And namaste from Mumbai. This is Sudha Kumar, West Zone Region Chair from Oneness and Wisdom India, a passionate educator, saying hello to all of you. Today is 28th of June, the last Saturday of the month. And this is on every last Saturday of the month, it's become a norm for all of us in this group to connect together and speak on a topic or discuss on a topic which is very relevant to all of us, to the society, and also a meaningful topic and most important topics which connect all of us together. And that's what is oneness and wisdom for me and for all of us, right? So today's topic, it came to my mind because I want to mention this. Last month, in May, we completed 10 plus years of the Learning Sport Academy, my baby, I should say. That's the time when it's in 2014, when I turned, I won't say turned, I'll say I became an educator plus an edupreneur. Because even today, I want to call myself as an educator first and then an edupreneur. And all this happened at this all 10 years of this journey, beautiful journey, all because I followed my heart, I followed my passion. And today we have amongst us our global chair, country chair, our panelists who are coming from various state chairs, advisory councils, and they are all successful in their own fields, whether it is an educator, an entrepreneur, a coach, or whatever field they are belonging to, they all followed their passion and they are able to successfully climb up their career ladders, build up their careers because they followed their passion and turned it into a profit. That's what is the today's topic, turning passion to profit. And before we begin, I want to quote this from Oprah Winfrey. Passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. And very truly said. And one more I want to say without stopping here, that is a famous dialogue from the movie Three Idiots. Sorry, Julia, I'm going to say it in Hindi because I can't stop myself not saying this, which says that कामयाबी के पीछे मत भागो, काबिल बनो और कामयाबी अपने आप पीछे आएगी. And the meaning of this is just follow your passion and just follow your heart. Whatever success is there, it will automatically follow you. So that's what that Hindi dialogue from our famous movie, Three Idiots says. And that's what we are going to talk about today, turning passion to profit. And I'm very, very excited today for two things. One, our global chair, Julia, is with us for the first time. And it's really, we are all really honored by your presence. And second thing, our Zoom screen is full. We have so many participants, all eager to speak about their journey and talk about their passion, how they took it forward, and what helped them in their journey, what are the mindset blocks, what happened, everything. We're going to cover all these points. But before that, I want our country chair, Anu Narimpalli, to please introduce our global chair to all of us and all those who are waiting on Facebook Live to get to know her. Over to you, Anu.
Hello, 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 hello. Just being a host is so much responsibility, right?
Yeah. That's why I
I,
handed it
I,
over to you.
I know, good for me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sudha, you are such a sweetheart. This has been an amazing, amazing journey for all of us at G100 Oneness and Wisdom. My name is Anu Nadimpalli. I'm an artist, designer, poet, author, and the founder of and CEO of 3 a.m. Inspirations. But more than anything in the world, I am the proud and humble India country chair for this incredible podium called G100 Oneness and Wisdom. With more than 50 brilliant minds coming together, we hail from all the way south, southern state of Kerala, all the way to the northern state of Leh Ladakh. northern province of Leh Ladakh in the north, and westernmost state of Gujarat, all the way to Arunachal Pradesh and everything in between. So to date, like Sudha just mentioned, every month we try our level best to raise various topics that are important to women's health, women's professional well-being, and whatever issues that women are tackling today, and what we do and what we find important, and we try to make it our Facebook Live events. However, today is an extra special event. It gives me great honor and pleasure in introducing our newest global chair for G100 Oneness and Wisdom, Julia Dudenko. A warm hug, Julia, and thank you so much for joining us. And please take over the stage. Let us.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, everyone in this wonderful circle. My heart is full of joy, of love and light to see the smiling faces, to see all these capable women, and of course, you smiling sunny among us. My name is Julia Dudenko, and I'm so humbled to be together with you. Already before this call, I shared where else to start than not in India. Wisdom is the DNA of your country. So many thousand years of culture, of tradition, of knowledge. This is where this chapter belongs. And where I'm looking, and all these proactive participants, I see exactly the work is being done in India. Now to passion and purpose, and of course, profit. I think every profit and passion starts with purpose. And our purpose here is oneness and wisdom. Doesn't matter where we come from. We all belong together. We all work at the same mission. We are all humans. And the wisdom. We are living now in exceptionally exciting times. Artificial intelligence is taking over the news. Artificial intelligence is taking over perhaps our jobs. What is important is not to forget our human wisdom, is to make sure that we are strong, that we are using this extremely powerful tool for the benefit of humanity. And of course, it's super important that women are playing strong, proactive role and benefiting from this new revolution which we are facing. So just to share a little bit about myself, I was for many, many years just one woman in the room full of men. I am a group CISO responsible for cybersecurity in 11 companies in one of the oldest private equity companies in Germany. Being a woman in technology is a special mission. Showing your wisdom, being confident, showing the direction, and also taking everybody on the journey. This is what makes us so strong. But if I look back, I would like to thank a special man, actually my father. My father first recognized my passion for technology when I was just a small girl, a teenager, 13 years old or so. I would love to speak with him about mathematics, informatics, all the technology topics the girl would not be interested so much. And his support and trust, every day I'm feeding from it. Therefore, it's so important to have our allies, men allies, fathers, to start building confident women just from the beginning. And also coming back to our topic today, I think passion starts with purpose. So first purpose, then passion, and then the profit will follow. For me, passion is the fuel for your profit. You will not be able to go as far and as fast as others when you don't have the passion, when you don't burn for the topic. And therefore, let's all embrace our passion, going together in our common purpose, oneness and wisdom. And I'm so excited to hear all the stories of you and to learn. How did you turn your passion into profit.
Thank
Coming
you
back
so
to you,
much.
Sudha.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Julia, for such wonderful introduction and wise words for all of us. Yes, of course, we all agree and truly believe in that it's purpose which we start. So purpose, passion, and profit, and also the profit is not in terms of the revenue that you are earning. It's about your satisfaction, how you're satisfied you're feeling about what you're doing, what is. So they say naturally everything will follow the moment you start following your the passion. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. So sure, we'll begin with our panelist questions and answers, and let's talk about their journeys and what are they feeling about the topic today. And taking this forward, the first question goes to, I think Prachi couldn't join. She's going to be a little late. Let's go to Srividya. Hi, Prachi. Welcome, welcome. I
Hello,
think,
Namaskar. I'm so sorry for being late. I'm really sorry.
yeah. No. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, we understand. Okay, so Prachi goes to you. When did you realize that your passion could become your profession?
Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our global chair. Thank you for joining us, and thank you so much, Anu, for being here, and thank you, Sudhaji, for taking it up. I am Dr. Prachi Biriwala, and I'm the country advisor for G100 Oneness and Wisdom. And please accept my apologies for being late, but it was kind of, I could not handle. I'll tell you, Sudhaji, like how it works is I'm a professor by profession, and I've been teaching from 21 years. And I think being a part of this journey, by default, I got into mentoring students, right? From mentoring students, when I realized, how these mentoring and how these counseling, I won't say, but mentoring sessions were, helping to change the lives of my student I deal with. I it actually pushed me to pursue a counseling course. So then I did certain courses in mental well-being area, and I became a counselor. And while I was doing counseling, and I told everybody, no, I don't want to charge. I don't want to convert it into money, because this I did so I can change lives of people. But slowly and gradually, see, I have been doing career counseling. I don't know from how many years, but I think, and after I did my counseling course, counseling became my passion. So talking to people was my passion. Mentoring students was my, definitely it was one of the things what I lived by. But when I started counseling, and I started getting more clients for career counseling, and once I never asked them for money, they never asked me. And once one client asked, once my co-counselor told me, Prachi, I know you don't charge, but please, it is going to spoil. I will not be able to, refer your name, because we all charge and you are doing it free. So I was like, okay. And when I charged it for the first time, they referred me to more people. And then, it became a grapevine kind of a thing. And then I was like, not bad, yeah. I never thought talking for just half an hour for something which I was doing from years together happily. I would say soulfully, and I decided that definitely this is going to be my one of my career path. So that's about it, Sudhaji. So now I am happily charging and converting my passion of counseling, or I would say career counseling, into some money.
Yeah, that's what I said. No, it's not about the money. See, you followed your passion, you're feeling happy now. You're
Yeah.
satisfied with whatever you're doing. It's not about how much you are earning, how much you are
Mhm.
converting into the revenue. It's
It
like
is very
what is,
chotu.
yeah, whatever it is, like you are passing on your knowledge to the others, right?
Yeah.
And then helping others. Okay. And we have here a wonderful person who would like to answer this question. I know. Over to you, Srividya.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Um, Good evening, Julia ma'am. We are very happy to see you today. And yeah, so I'm the Mumbai City Chair. I'm Sri Vidya Mohan. I'm a certified mindfulness trainer. I'm also completing, almost near to completion, my ICF certification for coaching. I'm the founder of Mindful Moments. It's a community which I'm building for parents and teachers to apply mindfulness in everyday life. So it's a budding community. Now, to answer the question which Sudha has put across, okay, how did my passion turn into my profession? Okay, this happened 20 years before. I was a homemaker, and just as time passed, like I always love being with children. I always say children are my energy pot. Like people get tired when they look after naughty children. I feel energetic. Like after 1 hour of session with kids, I'm back to like, no, I feel very good. So I always love to be with kids. So even as a teenager also, if I remember, I come from a joint family. So we had our summer vacation. This I'm talking about 45 years back. Okay. So when we have our school vacation in a joint family, around 20 children minimum will be there. Okay, those times, like all the families put together. So summer vacation, I was the kind of the group leader wherein I would bring all my cousins, small cousins, right from 3-year-old to 10-year-old, 11-year-old. We'll have a show. That is, end of the vacation, there will be a show. And I would make them dance. This was my routine as I grew up. Got married, had children, and then came a phase where I was missing something. I wasn't doing anything. I started taking Sanskar class. Okay, the reason I'm saying Sanskar class, those of you who are not aware of Sanskar class, it's about teaching children some chants, religious chants, okay, along with moral stories. So I used to live in Pune. It was an extremely cosmos society. Okay, the parents had absolutely no idea. If I say Ram, Krishna, most of them wouldn't even know. And that is where I'm starting my Sanskar class. So slowly children started coming. And because I love being with children, they wanted games. So my classes improvised. So it'll be with 15 minutes of chanting. Then comes the storytelling and a game connected to that particular chant or the story. So the classes became slowly very, very popular. And in a year's time, I had around 40 children coming for Sanskar class. Okay. That too in a society where parents are absolutely have no idea about it. To an extent, now I can proudly say, or maybe with a bit overconfident or egoistically, that I never changed my timings. Okay. So they had to adjust all the other classes if they have to come for my Sanskar class. And there was waiting list. This is how the story started. And then parents started coming to me saying, can you please tell this in the class? Because my daughter listens to you. I remember very clearly, like, one of the parents saying, like, while crossing the road, they never listen, like, she never listens to me. Can you just say this? So that got me thinking, okay, here I'm just having fun with children. And now parents are slowly coming and telling me, can you tell this? Can you tell that? Okay. Then I said, yeah, I took it very lightly. I said, yeah, I made up another story for that, another game for that. And in the next class, it was crossing, road crossing. And this parent came back to me and she said, ma'am, thank you so much. Because now when yesterday when I went out, my daughter actually ran. Then she came back, held my hand and said, Vidya ma'am has asked me not to cross the road without holding your mother's feet. That was the beginning, wherein I didn't even realize that I can form a chemistry with children. All right. So there it started. And even now, I would still say it's work in progress because slowly I did my courses in counseling so that I could integrate counseling to education. Now coaching is also wherein I'm integrating everything, the skills of counseling and coaching for parents and children. So my USP is any kind of behavioral problem for children. Okay, I take them for 12 sessions, talk to them, have fun with them, play games with them, and the problem is whatever the challenge the parent has, it's fixed. So this is how then I slowly started charging for my parenting workshops because so that they take it seriously and there was more demand for it. So just to manage time, I started charging. Otherwise, I can't say no. How do I say no? Okay, so then it became an appointment and then it started and then all the workshop modules happened. So now as I stand, I'm still working so that I can build a community which is very different. So it's taking its time. Because when I tell people that behavior is science, when I tell parents, listen, it's not the nature of your child. It is pure science. If you understand brain, how it works, you will know how to face the challenge. So it's work in progress. But yes, now as founder of Mindful Moments, my passion has turned into my profession. So this is how it all started.
Wonderful, wonderful, Srividya. And I know how is it with kids, because I'm in doing the same thing with children. I know it's if you're passionate about teaching children, it's like you just start loving that phase. Yes. Okay, over to you, Anu. I don't think this question is complete without taking up your notes. Your
Okay, and I'm not muted anymore. Just a second. 1 minute. Um, Seems so many responsibilities of doing this. I'm trying to get everybody on a speaker, so we're all happy. Okay, so thank you so much for the question. So basically, my story actually started very strangely in the sense I am I'm actually a when I started, I wanted to be an architect. First an architect, first an just a second. I'm going to put you on gallery because for some reason the speaker's not working. Anyway, I'm going to get back to you. Okay, so I wanted to be an interior designer, then an architect. And by the time I was 35 years old, I had to change everything. My whole life changed, and I needed to change that. But then, funnily enough, throughout, I noticed I had to literally look at my mirror, and I noticed that throughout, art was just nagging me. I was just doing art for everything. Then I said, how do I do this? How do I, incorporate it? And so I was talking to a friend of mine. She was a cancer coach, so she was a cancer thriver, and she wanted to, she wanted to help more cancer patients. And I spoke to her. I said, I'm an artist and you're a cancer coach. How do we help each other? Great combination, right? So then she says, no, but I want to be on social media. I want to be visible. And I said, okay, what if through my artwork, I show your brand, like show your talk about your message. And we said, okay, let's try it. And it's not been done before. I mean, an artist doing something totally different for a cancer coach. So what, we'll have some fun, we're friends. So I said, okay, don't pay me if you want, but let's start for 3 months. So we did 3 months, then it became 6 months, then it became 9 months. And by the end of the year, she was getting clients and I was getting people were noticing. She was standing out from the crowd on social media just through my artistic content that I was just putting out there and telling her story. And so she says, I'm getting clients from you. I'm going to sign you up for another year. I said, I'm getting clients also. What do I do? I don't know how to charge people. I've never done this before. She was my friend and we just played. So that's started the journey, and it was just incredible because even today I do art for people and I do it in so many different ways, and I can't I feel like I'm living my passion every minute of my day, every moment of my day, uh, because I'm creating through art. I'm telling your story. Through art, I'm creating fashion. Through art, I'm creating murals and whatever. So today uh, what I do it, and so I started a company. Um, Got myself a mentor and started learning things. But what I do is I say I call art. I call it. We make art wearable, livable, and collectible because I myself was healed by art. And so that's what that's where I thank you, Sunny. So 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 the point is that whatever your passion is, it could be baking, it could be just, it could be painting. Point is that, once we start, that's what I learned. Once we, allow ourselves, to start, opening up and talking to people, then it opens doors which we never uh, even knew existed. So that's how my passion started, as a thing, and it's still continuing and still a learning process every single minute of the day. So thank you for the beautiful question, Sudha.
Thank you so much. And yeah, that's one thing, one point to take away is it's always a learning. We're always learning. Every day is a learning process. Yes. Okay. So coming to the next one, well, it's I want to ask Swati. Um, it's you. I know you are an amazing person. You are doing wonderful job and going all over the places, and you are there everywhere and helping girls. So, was this entrepreneurial journey a conscious
Mhm.
decision or has it evolved unexpectedly?
Uh, yeah, see, working on menstrual health of women, I don't
I'm
think
going,
it can be a conscious decision or
let,
anyone can plan it ever.
I'm going
Of
to
course,
interrupt.
it
Uh, I'm
just
going to
came
interrupt.
across.
1 minute. Swati, introduce
Yeah,
yourself first because that is
okay,
most important. We want to
okay.
know who you are first. So that's why I interrupted you.
Uh,
Tell us
Hi,
who you
hi
are.
everyone. Hello, Julia. Very, very glad to meet you. And I'm Swati Bedekar. I'm Gujarat State Chair of G100 Wisdom Group. What I do is I'm a science educator and turned into a social entrepreneur. And social entrepreneur, I should say in a big way, because along with me, there are 1,000 unit leaders, small villages of India, Africa, Bhutan, and few more countries, Jordan, and they all make sanitary napkins, period panties, adult diapers, and whatnot for themselves, and have been instrumental in changing the menstrual health scenario in India, particularly in villages. There was a time when 76% women in India used to be sick with some or the other kind of infection in vaginal area. Now it's no more like that. There is good awareness, and I'm glad that women themselves have found their way to help themselves. And this was my passion. I was, as I just said, I'm a science educator, and I went to villages to involve more girls into STEM education. And when I found there were no girls there, started with one unit, then two, then three, four, and now, as I said, 1,000+ units across India, and yeah, some part of the world. Of course, today I'm not in Gujarat. I'm sitting nicely and having a good time with family in Germany, and enjoying what hot summer afternoon in Europe, eating strawberries. But what I would like to say is, if you see a problem and definitely you feel you can do something over there, then one should not wait. Just start doing what comes to your mind, and then this leads to a lot of things. A problem, I mean, you can start a movement and change mindsets of people. You can get them working and turn them into entrepreneurs, and actually they will start making money for themselves. So nothing is impossible, just that if you take up one path, if you feel that this is a problem, and instead of looking at who will come and help, just start working at it yourself. things will follow. And as I like to say, a beautiful project, will be built. Like Sakhi, we call our project Sakhi. So Sakhi is a friend, a confidant. So, women, for other women. That's how this project has been developed. And I hope I have answered like your question. Like, definitely it wasn't planned. But when we started, we always kept a problem right in the front, so you never allow a problem to grow.
Yeah,
Instead, you know, start taking, placing controls over it. And once that is done, you are paving a path for yourself, for many others.
true, true.
So, yeah, that's what I would like
That's
to
so
say.
nice and inspiring, and we have a lot to learn, I think, from you. And you all, from the way you have described your journey, I should say that you have gave voice to so many, so many women who out there in villages,
Yeah.
and you paved the path for them to make a living for themselves. True,
Yes,
true, true.
yes.
That's so nice.
True, that's true. And that's
Yeah,
that's the best part. This feeling is so close to watching a butterfly coming out of a caterpillar.
true. Yes,
And now there are so many of them.
correct,
So,
correct. So over to you, Sonali. Sonali is our
Thank you,
yeah,
ma'am.
Sonali, please introduce yourselves.
Hello, everyone. Very good evening from my end to you all. And I think some of you are in other parts of the world, so good morning, good afternoon as applicable. I'm Sonali Darda. I am a French teacher, part-time, and also a homemaker.
Mhm.
And when I started, I was always involved in educational field, be it be administration or be it be teaching. And actually, Sudha ma'am, I met through that only. In when she started that learning spot, I was part of a marketing team that time. I was new to Bombay. I just gotten married and shifted to Bombay. So there I started with that. Then I was working in Mithibai and Narsimhaji College in Bombay as visiting faculty. And then I was shifted to Yavatmal when I conceived. My daughter is 6 year old, and I was teaching communication skills in an engineering college over there. And since August 2023, we have moved to Aurangabad, known as Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. And over here also, I'm taking online, offline French classes, basic, and also teaching as a visiting faculty in a college over here called as NGM. And if I talk about my education, I'm an engineer in IT and MD in HR from Pune University. I did my engineering from TICT Pune and MD in HR from Pumba Pune. And what a question ma'am has given. So obviously, like if you see my background, I've done my engineering and MD in HR, and I've gone into French language. So it was not decided, frankly speaking. And why this came up? So during COVID times, almost everything was shut down. So the faculties who were teaching like full time, they were also cut down like in the institute. So I was visiting that time. So there was no question of me going and visiting any college there. So this is how French. I had learned French out of hobby during between my engineering and MBA. And then like in my family, I taught kids over there who were learning French simultaneously with their education. So everyone in my family told me like, why don't you take this? Then I had not done certifications, but later on I started with my French language online classes. I got a wonderful response, and I also did my certifications. I did my DELF even and E2 from Alliance Francais. I'm planning to pursue ahead the next levels. And yes, like I'm doing very little as of now. I can dedicate more time, but considering home and my daughter, my first priority goes there. So yes, I am doing something out of what I've learned. Never thought I'll take my hobby or something I learned out of interest as a passion and take into like career. But yes, this is where I am. So it was not a conscious decision. It just happened. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sudha ma'am.
Yeah, yes, yes. Sometimes we don't know where life is taking us from where, and it's always ends in a good way. That's what I would say, listening to your journey. And all the best. And looking forward to you
Thank you so much,
prosper.
ma'am.
And in the next meeting, you will say that, okay, I'm doing so much. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Now, we know that whenever we start something, there is always something at the back of our mind which says, okay, is this going to be fine? Is this going to happen nicely? So many mental blocks, whether it is whether you're working in an organization or you are starting something on your own, there is something or the other which is always there at the back of our mind. So many mental blocks. So I will ask Srividya to tell us more about how did you handle all these mental blocks or fear you had when you started off your journey?
Okay. My mental block is like, okay, I became a parent coach because of my experience as a parent. Okay. Whatever can go wrong has gone wrong in my parenting journey. So I became a coach so that I can help others not to do certain things. Okay. That is how it all started. So that I know out of experience, this can happen, this can happen. So my greatest mental block has been, I always had this fear, like, okay, I'm addressing parents, I'm talking to a group of parents. What if any one of them come and ask me, okay, you're saying all these things, but your kids are nowhere close to whatever you're teaching them? Because both my sons, they have all, and I would say they are still work in progress. Okay. So they will be in the deviant path. So here I'm talking about parenting. And if somebody comes and asks me, I'm always very conscious about it. Okay. What if they tell them, your kids are still having, they are still doing this, that, this and that. And that is a huge mental block. Okay. And yes, because I've done my course, I'm done my counseling course, we always do co-counseling. Okay. So I keep talking to them. I say, like, they're always in the back of my mind. Though I know the reason I'm doing is, please, this can backfire. Don't do these things. Okay. Then we were discussing, and then this phrase came up in my mind. Now, any parenting session I do, the opening statement I do is, I tell them is, a person who has done everything right, okay, in comparison to a person who has done everything wrong, whom will you choose? Okay, I'm here amongst you because I've done there are so many things that has not happened in the right direction, and I can tell you how it can backfire. So I'm sharing my mistakes, my experiences with you. So that is how I changed my mental block to my strength. Okay, it's like, survive cancer, or any like cancer survivors, or because they've gone through the experience. Even if we go to addiction centers, okay, an alcoholic can be a good counselor who has come out of it. So the same way, I also look at myself as a parent who could have done things better. Okay. And now I'm helping parents in a very different way, because I enrolled and started going to college because I wanted to understand the reason behind behavior. That is how my journey started. Okay, so now I can confidently tell them. So yes, mental blocks do happen, especially like, when we take up a profession and when it gets personal, it could be a huge mental block. So yes, I would say to a larger extent, I've dealt with my mental block.
Great to hear about that, because we all have that same question. I think as I don't say beginners, even when you are throughout the journey, we all have something or the other which keeps cropping up from the back of mind. Oh, what happens when we do this? What happens when we do that? So overcoming those mental blocks is very, very important. And Anu, would you want to add something to this?
Yes. Thank you, by the way, Neha and Julia, for joining back. Anju, I see some newcomers. Anju, thank you for coming. That's wonderful. We seem to be full now. Okay, so my mental block, for me, I think the funny thing is that, I come from a family where, it's mostly employees. We the more, they just, get jobs. I was the only one who was crazy enough to think that I'm going to have a company, and I'm actually going to be an entrepreneur. I mean, I kept telling myself I'm an entrepreneur, and so I would, I mean, right from the beginning, I would get into, I would ask, so this was when I was doing architecture. I would ask my boss, do you want some work to be done? Blah, blah, blah. I have this company. And I would name it. I'm very good at naming things. So I would call it Anu Designs, Anu, Anu Designs, a new design. So I had like tons of names and I had tons of companies, I should say, all of which failed. Thank you very much. And those were my biggest lessons. And the mental block I was having was that throughout, I did not realize then, was just that, what I said right in the beginning. I'm not supposed to be having a company. I'm supposed to be getting a job, just like everybody in the family. And that those things nag us, in the behind us, because everybody else, like friends, everybody else has a job, and I'm the one who wants to be an entrepreneur. Come on. So the biggest mental block I can vouch for was that imposter syndrome and the fact that it's not going to happen. So then I had to fight that more than anything, because even though I wanted to do this, I was uh, basically putting a big wall on myself, saying that nobody else has a company, so how can I have a company? Oh, come on! And then I come from India, where like we have this. Actually, a friend of mine told me this. Some of you will recognize the caste uh, that you come from. Our caste is not, we are the whatever teachers and the preachers caste, the caste, right? We are not the traders and the merchants and the you see, some of you are nodding, and that's those are the mental blocks that we keep putting on ourselves. So my friend actually told me, oh, we don't make money. We are Brahmins, we don't make money. We don't make, we just, teach, and we just, you know, things like that, So we're not supposed to make money. So though that was frankly the biggest one I had to fight. And so I got myself a mentor, and and literally, wipe all those things out. And then I started another company, of course, and that was the yeah, and that was when I actually started making money. Where when I say making money, I wanted to make money where I feel satisfied that this is what I'm worth. You see, so that was when I considered myself, okay, I have crossed this block, where I'm actually getting money, and not just anything, but where I feel like, okay, you're, help, I feel satisfied for what I got. So that was, I feel like the imposter syndrome and the feel that, oh, who are you to get this kind of thing. Those we all fight this, and of course, one is that, again, like I was saying in the beginning, I wanted to create art, and I wanted art to do the speaking, and I couldn't see anybody else doing that. So that itself was, are you sure? Are you sure? You like self-doubt. So that was huge. But the moment people start paying you for it and saying, please do more, that's when you say, okay, out the door. I'm going to do this, and this is my company. Okay, nobody can deny it anymore. So these are all, I believe that all these mental blocks that we're talking about, we put it on ourselves. So maybe it's a good idea to look in the mirror and say, no, no, don't do this to yourself. Okay, you're worth much more. Okay.
Okay, that's what like you said, success means something. Like it is not only like you said, no, like removing all those blocks and asking others, who are you to tell me what
Yes.
I want to do? It's
Yes.
me. I have to decide what I want to do, right?
Yeah. And that is
Okay, that
success.
leads.
That was success to me right from the beginning. And I guess it's your next question. So yeah, that was to me, that was success. It's
Correct.
because you put yourself a challenge and say, yeah, I'm going to do this. Now I don't
Right.
know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. Okay. And
Correct.
once doors start opening and you actually do
Right.
one of it, if I can do one, I can do a 10 million.
Sure.
So that's the thing. So yeah.
True, true.
So, but the mental,
Yeah.
but these are the mental blocks coming back to that. We have to watch ourselves, because I was doing it to myself.
Right.
I was putting blocks on myself.
Okay. So that leads us to the next question to Anju, our newest entry to G100. And we are so happy to have you on immediately after joining us. Over to you, Anju. What does
Uh,
success mean to you, personally
uh,
as well as professionally?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Uh, mm, Hi, everybody. In fact, it's good evening. I think most of us, yes, we have somebody in Germany. I'm speaking from the US, so it's early morning here. I'm sorry for being late. But I got confused with the timing conversions. My journey has just begun. If I have to talk about entrepreneurship, I'm an advisory member of Maharashtra's State Advisory Council. And like ma'am said, a very recent one. If I have to talk about success, and there are two sides to success, I feel success is a very relative thing. What means success to me may not mean success to somebody else. It's how you define it. So it's quite personal. And I feel that personal definition of success applies both to your personal choice as well as professional choice. I would just like to talk about a little bit about my journey and how I define success. I've been an educator, a mentor, coach all my life, although not really earned money for it in that sense, because I was happily, working with different organizations as an educator, and of course, leadership positions. If I look at success on a personal level, I've been a very happy person interacting with children, and I feel that they are, the easiest people that you can impress if you want to. And I think my success with children has been a dollop of love. Everybody says, how is it that children get so attracted to you? How is it that, the only teacher that they seek out is, okay, Anju ma'am. So I say it's just a dollop of love. It's very easy to fool children. You just be loving and they just cling to you like bees to honey. But yes, children do give me the energy. I always say that they are my energy, connectors. Uh, so uh, for me personally, success is the mental well-being, how I feel as a person every time. So how is my relationship with my family, or directly my partner? I think because if you have a very good relationship with your partner, everything else falls in place. You are a happier person. So I've been blessed having a wonderful relationship with my partner. Of course, there's a sad story too, but the happy part is that it's a wonderful relationship that has been in the past. And moving forward to professional success, at the peak of my career, I've always been an educator engaged with international curricula. That's the IB and Cambridge. Most of my, journey as an educator. That's why I call myself an educator, not a teacher. Because I remember early on, a very bright child, he said, oh, but a teacher can also be a cheater because those letters make up those words. And it was like, I'm not going to use this word for me because that's not how I think. And At the peak of my international success as an international educator, I was very intrigued to understand the differences between the international curricula and the Indian curricula that we have on offer. So I switched, and everybody said, why are you doing that? Why do you want to go and understand ICSE? Why do you want to understand CBSE? Talk to your friends. You have so many friends. You can learn from there. I said, no, I will get, permeated or filtered visions of people, and I don't want that. I want to understand it for myself. So I switched to the ICSE curriculum. Started, of course, because of my experience, the management was kind enough to have me at the top levels of, the administrative rung. And there it began, and I spent, I think, 5-6 years understanding that. And in 2023, there came an opportunity where, yes, I had been setting up, helping set up schools. There came an opportunity, which again, people said, are you mad, of all the places, where I had to go to a rural area and help the person set up an educational institute. And me being a traveler, I mean, traveler in the sense that I have, my education has been partly overseas in South Africa. After getting into education, I've been overseas, taught in Ministry of Education in various countries. Everybody was like, are you nuts? Going to a rural area, I feel that was the challenge. And the success story was that I was able to connect with children in spite of the fact that I didn't know the language. I'm an English speaking person most of the time because of my work. And I transformed myself into a Hindi speaking person. I picked up the local language also. It was a village in UP. Very proud to be part of that project, of course. I felt my work was done. I had done my bit, so I decided to move on after spending 2 years with the organization there. But the success story for me professionally was being able to take on a challenge and putting in my 100%. So for me professionally, it's not, people say, oh, money, bank balance. For me, that is irrelevant. For me, it was, I was able to take on a challenge and go to a new place and merge. Once the founder asked me, why do you always say I want
I
to?
understand. I understand what you're saying. That is so true, Anju.
Yeah.
That success can mean so many things, and even learning a new language was a success for you, right?
No,
So, yes.
I'm sorry,
So,
Anu,
so
to interrupt, but teaching computers to kids, I had to
yeah,
step in because we couldn't get an educator the way I
yes,
wanted it taught.
yes, I
Maybe
understand.
I was
So thank
so
you so much.
stepping in.
Yeah, I completely understand. Thank you so much. I think we need to also keep moving.
Sorry for taking.
Sorry to interrupt,
No,
but
perfectly.
yeah, but this is it's wonderful to have you in, and let's move on because I think we want to
Yes.
get everybody also in our panel. Julia, do you want to add some things? Please do. Any question, any of the questions, please feel free to jump in also.
I think I would like to summarize from what I've heard. Like each and every story is so different, and I'm already having a beautiful story to tell after this. To have a post on LinkedIn because you are so inspiring. Each and every view so different, but equally inspiring.
Yeah. Well, so what does success mean to you, Julia? I can't resist.
Well, thanks for this question. Actually, when everybody was sharing, I was thinking, I had the pictures in my mind, the moments where I thought, well, that's where I felt successful. Actually, I feel successful when somebody is enabled to do a step they thought they have never done. And sometimes I'm speaking in conferences, and in these conferences, I'm just being myself. I'm presenting a topic. I'm negotiating. I am being one woman in the room of men, right? And then I'm just sharing my story. And sometimes young women come to me after this and say, thanks for speaking up. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being visible. Thanks for going this journey. Because after your speech, I just called my mom and I said, I will sign up and I will do their cybersecurity, right? Or a young professional came to me and said, this is so great. I was just on my way to stop. It was too much. I could not survive sometimes in the very difficult political situations. I've heard to you, I will continue going. And this is where success for me feels that I somehow inspired and I somehow, just for being myself, gave the energy for others to do great things.
Yes, you put a crack on that glass ceiling, right?
Yeah.
How many of us struggle? How many of us struggle through this glass ceiling, right? Breaking.
True.
Okay,
Yeah.
moving along.
Yes. And it's really true that what success means is when you can see a change in somebody whom you have helped, somebody who's changed because of what you are doing, what you are saying. So that's when is the real success happens, and that's what we can all relate to. Yeah. Thank you so much, Julia, for sharing that. And now going to smiling Sunny, we are having here. How do you stay connected with the why in the whole hustle of running your business and organization? I think this is a good question for you because we are always seeing you smiling, motivating others. And I think you can really give us your inputs on this one.
Thank you so much, respected global chair, country chair, and all my sisters. Great topic, passion to profit. It all comes from the brain. Starting from Prachi ji, Chotu sa, the little money, start charging, and the millionaire mindset, and Sri Vidya ma'am doing certifications and started charging. Charging how much? Charging. Why are you charging? Why are you doing what you're doing? I know all of you are like candle, lighting up lives. And to keep the candle glowing, you take care. You remind yourself that yes, your mission is bigger than you. You make your life colorful. You make your children's life colorful, clients' life colorful, family's life colorful. Colorful, a big whole world is happy because of you. Oneness and wisdom. And how do you find your why? It's genetic. It's in mother's womb. That's what I decode. Why are you talking the way you're talking? If you're talking for 2 minutes, if you're talking for 4 minutes, and who is keeping the time? Everything can be decoded. Are you stingy? Are you a perfectionist? Why do you love working with children? And my introduction says, I love children, children love me. What is the secret of my enthusiasm? Why do I move my hands? Where will I get happiness? Sitting in this room with all the lovely ladies blessing me. Sunny, thank you for being here. Thank you for being the country denim member. So, I am also a heartful person. Had I been in an engineering IT job, I would have quit. I would have made money. I would have been called successful. But fulfillment would not have been possible. So it is potential marrying personality type. That's success. Potential is what I'm great at. Personality is what that keeps me going. Tony Robbins says, success without fulfillment is ultimate disaster. So when we remind ourselves of our why, we are charged forever, just like you charge your mobiles every day. So keep serving, keep smiling, keep shining, keep inspiring wherever you step into. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sunny. Thank you so much. And I think our own Neha would like to add something to this one.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Neha, the Rajasthan State Chair, and I first would like to apologize for my surroundings. There's been an emergency; I couldn't be at home and attend it at peace. But nevertheless, I'm actually very grateful to get this opportunity to speak on something which is very close to my heart, and this happened if I tell you about my story, it happened to me about a month back. I stumbled into, if I would choose these words, a depth of a sea of wisdom and knowledge. And my life before that was always looking for, I have a lot of passions in my life, but I was always looking for a passion which I could monetize and I could actually do without also caring for the money, just for the love for it. So now I would like to tell you about the passion. I am an astrologer. I am studying Jyotish Shastra, and I know there are so many astrologers in India, but to me it has hit so differently that now my identity of who I am and who I was before has totally changed. And the topic today is to speak on how to change your passion into profit. But for me, this passion is so close to my heart that I am just doing it for the love for it, for the love of it. Like, even if I'm not getting the money, I'm still satisfied. And I think that is the main parameter which you can, by which you can know that you're on the right path. So, um, just to bring everyone on the same platform, what astrology is actually a blueprint of what you are and what you can be in your life. It is to me the contract which your soul had signed with God before you were born. And knowing about it and actually using it for a better and more fulfilling lifestyle is something, it's such a huge transformation for me also. And since I was told to stick to a time limit of 3 minutes, I kept it short. But the feelings and the passion are very much alive, and it is like a constant fire burning inside me. And I have also started to get the money from it. I have started to monetize it. And I think the going says, जब हम अपनी काबिलियत पे फोकस करते हैं तो कामयाबी अपने आप आती है. And I would also like to add that um, in astrology, we say that how are we moving ahead? Like, it's all predicted. But no, that tomorrow it is going to rain. That is destiny. But whether you will get wet or not, that is your choice, your karma. So karma has a huge role to play in your chart. And yes, this is the most mind blowing and awakening experience for me. And I want to make it, continue it for the rest of my life. And if anybody of you wants to consult me, I would be more than happy to help also. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Neha, for sharing your views. I think Rajeshwari is waiting for her turn. Rajeshwari, it's your turn now. Rajeshwari, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, hello. Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so my question about the why in the whole hustle of either running a business, right, or working in an organization, how I stay connected with my why. So before telling about myself, let me tell you about my why. So I remember that in 2020, I had to do the job of, I was working in a rural area with the ideology that I have to uplift the students in the rural area. And it was a college where, I had taken the whole ownership that, like I will change this college. I will, do better things and all. But one day came that it was very surprising, and I could say it was shocking for me that I had to do the job of ringing the college bell, as the peon was engaged in other work during the university exam. And a little bit of disgusted I felt, and I complained to a president. And just imagine what he said was very shocking. He said, "Do you think you are the district collector or an IAS officer?" Now, no doubt, a humble, hardworking professor with 35 years of experience of contributing to the educational sector is no less than a collector. After some time, I resigned from the post of the principal and started a full-time private practice. Before I was practicing, part-time. That's when I promised myself that I establish myself and get the same kind of remuneration what I'm getting through the college. And before that, I was already training to be a leader and entrepreneur. It was through a speaking skills group, and it seemed that the cosmos had a plan for me. Now, you never decide your why. It's not your choice, nor it is an option. The universe gives you your why. That is what I believe. My why was given to me by the universe, the cosmos. Your purpose of existence on this earth is also given by the universe, by the cosmos, or whatever you say, the God. So what happened? I'm fortunate to have some good friends and coaches who helped me on time, and I had a talk with our coach, and he suggested that I start this journey slow and experiment throughout. So what he said was, I was a first generation entrepreneur and I don't have any experience as it. So you have to go slow, start experimenting, and then you'll be more, experienced. Now, this became one of my why to be engaged in the work that I'm doing. There are other stronger whys too. I'll tell you later. Now, let me come to how I stay connected with my why throughout the hustle of work and the personal obligations, which everyone has, What I do is I practice journaling every day, daily journaling. I write down whatever whatever happening or what I should do in the next day. So night, a few lines I write. In the morning, as soon as I wake up, I'll write some lines about my aims and what I should be doing. I also practice gratitude writing, gratitude prayers and meditation. Daily, I do at least 15 minutes of meditation. Now, this is what keeps me reflecting on my daily progress. It also, involves regularly reminding myself of my core purpose, values, and then aligning those with the actions. Sometimes what happens is I become a totally different person, forgetting who I am, my title and everything. I play with kids, enjoy the kitty parties, sing, dance, walk in the nature, go for treks. And all these things, it helps in unwinding myself and rejuvenating myself. And it gives a fresh perspective to the life. We should remember that other goals are very important, but happiness, laughter, peace are all also important values in life, which helps you uplifting, and it uplifts you also and others also through you. Sometimes there are some situations where I break down, I weep silently, and the next moment again I'm bright as the sunshine, just like every other lady. So bouncing back to resilience is also the key for sustenance.
Yes,
You
yes,
stay in the
sure.
same rut. What happens is you can't escape it. You'll keep on sinking inside, you get sucked into the black hole, and then finding out a way by reflecting on your situation. That is what helps. So meditation, daily meditation helps in reflecting on ourselves.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah,
become the master of your life. And this is what I have been practicing.
That's
I
so
think
So,
you've
true,
got some
Rajeshwari.
amazing,
Yes.
amazing tips you've given, amazing suggestions, Rajeshwari.
I think we should
Thank you
connect
so much.
more with her later by having
Yes,
one session for
of
completely for
just
that.
this. I mean,
Yes, yes.
you're giving an entire course to us. Thank you so much.
Okay. I
Thank you
think
so much.
we're all here at ready to wind up also
Yeah,
because it's getting longer. So
yeah,
I
it's
think
getting late.
I think we'll have just one final question for all of us here. What are the takeaways from today's session? We've had a wonderful discussion with all our participants over here, panelists over here, who have shared their beautiful views about what is passion to profit means to them. What does success mean to them? What are the mindset blocks they have had when they started off their career? Okay. So if I summarize everything, for me, a success is being a tutor, being an educator. The success for me is when I see happiness on my students' faces. When I see that those children are coming to me and saying, "Oh, ma'am, we want to be with you. We want to learn from you." And when the parents come and tell me, because of you, because of your teaching process, because of the way you are handling our kids, the whole math phobia has gone from there. That is what is success to me, and that's what brings joy to me. So that's the biggest takeaway from me. That follow your passion fully into put your heart into what you believe in, and everything else will follow.
Yeah, excellent. Yes, absolutely. Who wants to go next? What does it mean? What is your takeaway? Come on, let's
May
tell
I,
the
ma'am?
world. Yes, absolutely, Sonali.
So, ma'am, I think in any stage of our life, we should always be ready to unlearn and relearn.
Very
If
good.
that stage is what it expects us to do.
Very good.
Because I think that is the most difficult part in our lives. Because we have learned, okay, the society runs like this, whatever it is. But when life happens, it doesn't come like that. A lot of things you have to leave, and a lot of things you have to relearn.
Yes,
And I think
absolutely.
even this should be like whatever I have heard today from everyone's story. I can definitely conclude that everyone has definitely done this. That they
Yeah.
have unlearned a lot many times and they have relearned. And that's what they are today, whatever they are today for.
That's
And
wonderful.
that's a wonderful takeaway I would be taking this today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Sonali. Rajeshwari, do you want to say something? You have your hand raised.
Yeah. So, success to me is self-contentment and peace and bliss and not anything material. That's what makes the world a beautiful place. That is what I believe.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes, yes.
Even
Thank
it
you
is
so
not the
much.
fruits of your actions. Whether it
Right.
is your reputation or whatever it is, nothing about. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Excellent. Who wants to go next? Quickly. Come on.
Yes,
Let's give
Srividya.
everybody something to take away.
Yeah,
Really
my
strong
biggest
stuff.
takeaway for today is never miss these kind of opportunity from G100
Oh,
because it's been inspiring stories from each
Right.
and every
I
one.
love you.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
So that is the biggest
So
takeaway
good,
because
so good,
that is the
Srividya.
strength which we get.
Thank you.
It's yes,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Srividya.
Yes.
Who wants to go next? Come on.
Yeah.
Smiling,
I'll
Sunny.
go. Yeah. Thanks. So I'll take all the love from Prachi ma'am, initiative and the host qualities from Sudha ma'am, and the magic. Children से कुछ भी करा लेना, Shri Vidya ma'am, and Neha ji's astro magic,
Wow.
Swati ma'am's scale, Gujarat work,
Wow.
and disease free India,
Mhm.
making a positive contribution, and your leadership, Anu ma'am. And why was from me and Rajeshwari ma'am.
Oh, you are a
And
sweetheart.
keeping it all together, the smiling global chair,
Mm.
Julia ma'am. So that's important.
Yes.
And spread
So
smiles
true,
like
so
this.
true.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
Okay.
Who's
Yeah.
next?
So,
Sweet.
Swati,
should I
Swati.
Go
say?
ahead.
Yeah. For me, following your passion is like falling in love. And it's like in the sea of love, how much ever you know how to swim, you shouldn't try that. You should just drown in there and spread love, follow your passion.
True,
Love it.
true, true, so true.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
So beautifully. I would like to add something else. So Rajni is
Yes.
Yes,
inspired
yes.
by the
Please.
sessions.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I think I've learned so much. I would love to spread whatever we've done today to other regions. It was magical. We need to do more sessions like this, not only in India, but going in each and every country of the world. And it really creates my passion to do this and follow this calling. But what is important as well is to listen to the universe, right? To listen to your karma, to your purpose.
Right.
Yes.
Take your time, take 5 minutes time, 15 minutes time, listen to your heart, and this will guide you to the profit, to health and happiness. And I'm more than humbled to get to know every one of you. Let's follow up on LinkedIn and in our group, and let's move step by step every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
This
Thank you
has
so
been
much.
amazing, isn't it? This has been
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say just I'm gonna actually use those 3 or 4 words a point, and I actually wrote it down. I said, this has helped me be an entrepreneur more than anything, and I have to keep reminding myself. So to listen more than to talk. Okay, so we don't, we are so enthusiastic with our passion. We don't give ourselves the chance to listen. So to listen, and this, I am truly blessed that I can do this every month when, with you guys, and let's keep doing it. And
Yes,
because the more I listen, the more I learn. And
right.
every month I learn from you so tremendously. Okay, so I see
So,
Prachi got in.
yeah, right.
So go, go, go.
Okay, I would say oneness. That is, oneness nurtures wisdom.
Ah,
Great, great.
So
excellent.
I think we should continue doing it.
Right.
Yes,
Yes, yes. We are
absolutely.
all in
Let's.
for it and always waiting.
Are we all covered? Did somebody
Yes,
miss out? Okay,
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Sudha, all yours.
Yes.
Close this
Okay.
amazing
Thank you so
session.
much for joining and making this a successful event. And it just came up more than what we thought. Right? So I
Yes.
think we all agree with that whole thing that whatever we thought about, whatever I thought I'll talk, I think all that, whatever I've written is all kept aside.
Yes.
Everything else
Incredible
came
women.
naturally.
Yes.
It's all
Yes.
came like that. Yeah, yes, incredible women. All of us here are that. And we pass on this message to everyone else who's watching us. Come on, join us for all the monthly events and see the magic happen. Like Srividya said, it's magic over here at G100 Oneness and Wisdom, right? Like Prachi said.
Wonderful.
Yes. Thank you so
Thank
much
you so much.
for waiting so long also for this longer than duration today, because we have had such wonderful participants over here and our global chair. Thank you so much, Julia. And I think we'll conclude with this now. And
Yeah.
thank you again. Good
Yeah.
night,
Good
good
night.
Good
evening,
night.
Good evening.
and
Good morning.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
All of
yes,
you.
All right. Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Close the live.
No, no, mine, there is no live.
Oh,
I just recorded a
recording.
part,
Okay,
did
okay.
a
Then
screen
it's fine.
recording, and
Then
I
it's
put
fine.
it up so that something is
I'll
there.
close.